Thanks to Un'goro, an old favorite has returned. This week on Learn to Play the Midrange Paladin. If you want to learn how to play this top tier meta deck, stick around. Hey guys, how's it going? Nao here. Thank you for joining me for my weekly Learn to Play video guide. This week we're doing the Midrange Paladin. As per usual, let's start by talking about the basic deck strategies. So, this deck has a couple of different strategies depending on whether you're playing against slower decks or aggro decks. So let's begin by talking about the strategy against aggro decks. As with most other slower decks, the mid-range paladin when facing an aggro deck, it's all about survival. So you want to be keeping your tempo up by playing your cheap murloc cards at the start of the game. You want to be hopefully holding onto a consecration against certain board flood decks like the Zoo Warlock, for example. Even Pirate Warrior is pretty good against. It's all about keeping your health up. If you make it to mid-game and you're in pretty good shape, you'll really start outvaluing them and they will not be able to beat you. When playing against slower decks, you want to be keeping control of the board, making proactive plays, making good trades, basically getting maximum value out of your cards, and basically dictating how the game goes. Alright, now that we've talked about the strategy for the deck, let's move on and actually have a look at the deck and the combos in the deck. So, here is my list for the deck. You can find this on Google or something very similar at least. Otherwise, you can check out my blog for a complete list or obviously pause the video. Now let's go and have a look at our first combo. So the first combo I want to talk about is the murlocs. Thanks to Un'goro, we now have great early game for the mid-range paladin. As you can see, we have a heap of murlocs which obviously buff each other. Some to point out is the Balefin Inquisitor, really good because it changes a hero power to summon a 1/1 murloc, which is much more valuable than the silver hands. The Hydrologist is pretty good because you get a secret, which can be quite valuable early game as well, even late game. We have the Rockpool Hunter, which lets you buff another murloc, which is an awesome 2-drop. Then we have the Murloc Wall Eater, which is really powerful. Buffs your other Murlocs 2 attack, 1 health, which is really powerful. You're just going to make sure obviously you have other Murlocs on the board for it to be valuable. And finally we have the Gentle Megasaur. This is an amazing addition from Un'goro. Lets you adapt all of your Murlocs, and you could basically adapt them all with Wind Fury, +3 damage, extra health depending on what you're playing against. So this Murloc combination is really valuable. Now the next combo I want to talk about is the board clear. Essentially on turn 6, if you're getting hammered and your opponent has a board full of minions that you want to deal with, you can play Equality, settle their health to 1, then you can play Consecration and just kill them all. Really awesome board clear. I mean, you can obviously just use Consecration by itself against aggro decks, which is also really good. You'll have 2 copies of these cards in your deck, so you can do it twice if you're lucky enough to draw them. Okay, so the final combo is not really a combo, it's just a heap of other really good cards that I just want to mention in this deck because they're really valuable. So first of all, we have the Wickerflame Burn Bristle. This is a pretty awesome legendary card for 3-drop. I find it really good against aggro decks because it's got Taunt, Divine Shield. 2 health, 2 attacks, not that great, but with the Divine Shield, pretty good. But basically every time this does damage to an opponent, it heals your hero for the amount of damage it deals. We also have the Stampeding Kodo. This is really valuable destroying a minion with 2 or less attack because of the Battle Cry obviously. Still an okay 3/5, not too bad, but it's really all about the Battle Cry. In particular, it's really good at dealing with a Doomsayer. If you're playing a Freeze Mage, for example, your board gets frozen and they play a Doomsayer, you can drop that, kill the Doomsayer, and then you're good to go. We also have Sunkeeper Tarim. This is really good as well because if you have a board full of cheap minions, you can play it. The Battle Cry will set all their health and attack to 3, which is quite overpowered at times, especially with those cheap early game Murlocs. Obviously, you can also play it and nerf some of your opponent's minions to be 3/3s as well and make it easier for you to take them out. Then, like so many of the other slower decks at the moment, we have the Curator. In this deck, it's particularly valuable because you do have a Beast Dragon and Murloc you can draw from your deck, so you can get 3 card draws from it. And obviously, it's a 4/6 taunt, which is pretty good in itself. Then we have Ragnaros the Light Lord. This is a super valuable card. It's an 8/8. And at the end of each turn restores 8 health to a damaged character. So that could be Ragnaros itself, another friendly minion, or your hero, which is amazing value. Your opponent not only has to deal with that 8 heal every turn, they've also got to somehow manage to kill your 8/8. And finally, like any good paladin deck, we have Tyrion. Amazing value card. It just has a Divine Shield, it's a taunt, 6/6, and when you kill it, it equips the 5/3 Ashbringer. So valuable. Alright guys, now it's time to talk about the mulligans for this deck. Alright guys, let's start by talking about the mulligans you want to pick against aggro decks. So first of all, we have the Balefin Inquisitor. This is the only 1-drop in the deck, so obviously you want a mulligan for it. Also, against aggro decks, it's really, really awesome because of the battle cry. Changing your hero power to summon a 1/1 Murloc is way better than having a 1/1 Silver Hand due to the synergy of all the Murloc cards in the deck. On the next two cards, we have the Hydrologist and the Rockpool Hunter, so you want to have either one of these for your 2-drop. The Rockpool Hunter is actually better due to the buff and 2/3 health. It's much better turn 2 play. But the Hydrologist is pretty good as well, and the Secret Battle Cry is pretty solid. And the final main mulligan pick that we have against aggro decks is the Eldor Peacekeeper. Really great value to be able to change one of the high attack early game minions to have 1 attack, like the Frothing Berserker from the Pirate Warrior, for example. If that starts getting too much attack, that's really good to deal with that. So the next 4 cards we have are situational mulligans. So first of all is the Crawler. Really good. I'd definitely hold on to it if you're playing against a deck that has pirates. Like if you think you're playing a Pirate Warrior, or the Rogue decks usually run pirates, it's really powerful. Otherwise, not worth holding on to. The Murloc Wall Eater is a really good buff card. It buffs your Murlocs 2 damage and 1 health. Obviously, there's no point holding on to it unless you have another Murloc in your hand. So if you do, hold on to it. It's a really good value. Otherwise, not worth it. The Wicker Flame Burn Bristle is a really powerful card. It's a taunt, divine shield, and it heals you for the amount of damage it deals. I'd hold on to it if you've got a good 1-2 curve, otherwise probably worth dropping it to try and pick up the Inquisitor or the Hydrologist or Rockpool Hunter. And finally I have Consecration. This is worth holding on to if you're playing against decks that have low health minions. Usually like Pirate Warriors, not too bad a pick to hold on to this. Zoo Warlock definitely. So now the mulligans you want to be picking against slower decks. They're fairly similar to the aggro decks. I mean, there's a few less choices here, but basically, once again, you want the Inquisitor because it's the only 1-drop in the deck. It's a really good value. The Hydrologist and Rockpool Hunter are the best 2-drops that you've got. Obviously, Rockpool Hunter is a little bit better than the Hydrologist. The difference here being one of the main mulligans you want to hold on to is the Stonehill Defender because it's a really valuable card in this deck. That Battlecry Discover is really valuable. You can actually discover some of the more powerful Paladin taunt cards such as Tyrion. Having 2 of those is just amazing. And as we're playing against slower decks, it generally does come down to a value game, so definitely a good pick. Now a couple other situational cards, similar to the aggro deck, the Wall Eater and the Megasaur. They're only worth holding on to if you've got another Murloc in your hand. Otherwise I'd drop them and try and pick up the better curve. Alright guys, now that we've gone through the strategy, the combos and the mulligans, let's go and play a couple of example games. Okay, playing Warrior. Not sure whether it will be aggro or taunt, but in any case, we want the Inquisitor, and Hydrologist. The equality is pretty good, that's okay, that's good. It's good curve. Okay, that's very useful. Probably useful actually. I haven't played that quest yet. Aggro? Yeah, okay. So that's going to be really good. Ah! Instant quit. Okay, playing Priest so we can take the slower deck strategy. Isn't really that different. Rockpool Hunter is good. True Silver Champion's good. They play Cleric, which is very likely. I'm gonna drop Consecration. I'm gonna drop the Hydrologist. And hope we get the Inquisitor. It's okay. Oh. Luck. No, good curve, yay! Coin into True Silver Champion. Pretty good. Unless you draw a War Leader, of course. Quality Consecration, nice. Not many options for next turn. Unfortunately, I might just have to Hero Power. Hopefully draw something better. Hopefully draw maybe another, like, Hydrologist, Rockpool Hunter. Nice. Exactly what we want. We can go with the heal. Yeah, keep minions at maximum health. If we got a Murloc War Eater or a Gentle Megasaur now, it'd be pretty... we're getting pretty good shape. Oh. 1+3 attack or Wind Fury. What do we want? A lot of these, I mean, that's... yeah, +3 attack is the way to go. Oh. Good start, good tempo. I mean, maybe he'll be able to board clear that. Oh, wow. It's that desperate for card draw. Cool. Okay, playing Priest again. Oh. Crawler's useless. Peacekeeper's not that useful. Hydrologist is good. True Silver Champion is pretty good because I can take out a Cleric. Probably worth holding on to. Rockpool Hunter, not too bad. I would have liked Valfin, but Rockpool Hunter's good. Come on, top deck Valfin. You see, I don't really want to play this right now because it's going to get a card draw, but we have to do something. We can buff it with Hunter next turn. Okay. Cool. Goodbye. I mean, you'll probably Shadow Word, pain that and kill it. Mm. Well done. Probably the taunt, to be honest. We can protect that 2/3. What do we want? I mean, you're probably going to play True Silver Champion next turn. Secondary Bruiser's pretty good value there. I mean, if he fills the board up with minions, we can use that for cheap as well. I mean, alternatively, we can play the War Leader, but that's not... That was good curve. Keep our minion health up. And then next turn we can play Wall Eater plus Hero Power maybe. Depends what they play. I'm glad I used my weapon. Well, yeah. Wall Eater would be pretty solid against that. Kill it off and survive, that's nice. Another minion out. We still have a little bit of protection from the taunt. I mean, he could Holy Nova obviously and kill everything other than the 3/3. That would pain the Wall Eater, maybe. Yeah. Shadow Word Death maybe. Hold on. Not anything that's too amazing right now. I mean, do I want to just play Megasaur and buff back up? I mean, yeah. Now it's a 4/6, you can't even Shadow Word anything in. Straight into it and die. I can do that, I guess. Another Consecration. I mean, play that. Yeah, pretty good. Might be time for a quality Consecration. I mean, we can equality prime, not prime with Drake, kill everything, that's no good. Oh, I wish they were murlocs. Wish I could have Valve in. Zakis, wow, that's old school. That seems like old school. Last meta. This game's just trolling me. clearly don't have a choice. Weaker Flames. We don't really need the taunt right now, and we're full health, so not much point. Patches. That sucks. I mean, the question is, do we equality here? This is the last one. That's going to cause some problems now, we need to do that. We just need to get that out now. And I'm not using the Gentle Mega Soul, I've got no Murlocs, that just sucks. Because I know we'll use it and then I'll draw like Chain Murlocs after that and be really annoyed. I'd love something like Curator, Tyrion or something pretty solid now. I'm gonna have to play it. Wow. Nice. Oh. Oh yeah. That was lucky. I'm gonna... Do I want to play that? We're actually pretty stable. Do I want to save it for something else? Yeah. Get an extra Tyrion. Oh, these Silverhand recruits. Damn. So much healing. Alright, Curator, that's what we're after. Yay, crab. I mean, I will actually play that, and I think I'll play Redemption. We get another Curator. Cool. Still have murlocs in our deck. Nothing else that it would draw, but still it's worth it for the murloc. And essentially it's worth it just for more card draw. Yeah, we need to start worrying a bit about card value at this point. Oh, that's pretty good. Might be just worth us playing the Kodo. Yeah, I think we play Kodo. We trade into that. And that gives us pretty solid board control. I'm a bit scared to play my murlocs here because I'm worried he's going to have another Dragonfire Potion. I don't think he will, but it's good to hold off. Now we finally, after all that time, we get that. Let's just go super aggressive. He's used a lot of his stuff. He's already used his Kazakus Potion. Used a fair bit of heals. Didn't have too many resources left other than he's obviously free heal every turn. Oh, okay. Damn. He's gonna pop the redemption on something terrible. Yeah. That's okay. Also, we have a pretty solid Primordial Drake. Yeah. Got a lot more cards left than me. Wow. No choice. Yeah, sacrifice that. Keep our taunts up. And if he doesn't clear that War Leader next turn, and lots of damage. Oh, I meant to draw Sunkeeper. Pyros. 9. Yep. I could have traded one of those into the minion, a taunt minion instead, and would have lethal, which kind of sucks, but it's okay, I'll get him next turn anyway. Yep. No chance, buddy. Alright guys, those were some good example games. We got 2 slower deck games, and we got that 1 aggro deck game, which is amazing by the way. Making an aggro pirate where you concede is just awesome so early on, obviously. And yes, I'll bring it up again, that final game, it was stupid. I actually had lethal, but I was playing too quickly and missed it. I mean, obviously it didn't matter, fortunately, because the following turn I won, and there wasn't really much chance of me losing from there, but still I missed it, so I'll say it, that was a bad play. But anyway, other than that, the games were pretty good. Anyway guys, that's the end of my deck guide for the week. If you liked it, please like my video, subscribe, that'd be really awesome. Check out some other videos on the channel, follow me on Twitter, I stream on Twitch occasionally. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, farewell.